I know a lot of you've been through a lot in 2023. I've been through a lot in 2023. But in 2024, it is time to take everything that you learn, okay, in 2023, apply it in 2024, and then off to the races, folks. It is Patrick Tycoon Jones. Folks, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year is right around the corner. I wanted to get another episode off. This is extremely important, just so you guys are now caught up. Yes, we have the locked in gear. You can see the white polo. The last episode I had the black polo on. We have the his and her hats, the black male hat and the unisex gold satin hat. In addition to that, breaking news. What do you think the breaking news is? Yes, I am completing one of my bucket list scenarios, and that is the first book of a trilogy, okay? So more to come on that. The book should be done, officially complete February and ready for mass production and selling. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to share with you my heart as it relates to certain scenarios, okay? So that is the big news. So what is this episode about? No excuses in 2024. I know a lot of you've been through a lot in 2023. I've been through a lot in 2023. But in 2024, it is time to take everything that you learn, okay, in 2023, apply it in 2024, and then off to the races, folks. So that's what this episode is about. So you know what to do. Grab your pens, your pads, your digital iPads, whatever you take notes on, and lock in. Okay, folks, you must lock in because you know I'm locked in with you, and I'm sharing nothing but valuable gems with you on this particular episode. So, number one, the power of now. A lot of people don't understand the power of now. The reason behind that is because what they'll do in the new year, they'll sit down and they'll write down their goals, right? Their New Year's resolutions, their goals, all of that stuff. And it sounds great when it's applied. But instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to wait until the new year, like the new year is going to do something for you that now cannot do for you. In fact, the most powerful thing that you can do is act now. Here's a fun fact. One thing that I've realized when hanging around certain individuals, okay, and that's certain individuals who do really well in life, okay, and really well is subjective, but they do well. What they'll do is they'll learn something new that could potentially help them, and instead of waiting until tomorrow or waiting until the New Year's resolution, they will apply it now. And that's exactly what you're missing. You need to learn something new and apply it now. For example, I read, right? I'm reading a book right now, phenomenal book, and I'm in chapter 1. However, there's one thing that I was able to take away from chapter 1 and apply it to my everyday life. So as a result, I'm fired up, but I'm also looking for that one nugget, okay, that I can take, that I'm not thinking about, right? And I can apply it to my everyday life in order to excel, okay? Acceleration is key. So in 2024, we not only want to accelerate, but we want to dominate. So dominate and accelerate is all about 2024. And how do you do that? It's the power of now. You must act, right? Because here's the one thing that I learned in 2023, and this was a valuable lesson. In 2023, I learned that no matter what, yesterday you cannot get back. No matter what, the minute that you just lived, you cannot get back. So the only thing that you can truly focus on is the present and the future. But what's more important is focusing on the present. Because what you do today, your future self is going to thank you for tomorrow, right? So then that means you must act now in the present day moment. It's the most important thing. I was riding in my Porsche, and I was with my lady, and I was listening to Sensational, okay? The song by Chris Brown. And at that point in time, when I was listening to the song, I was riding in my vehicle, and we were together, I realized there's no time that's more important than that particular moment. Now, okay, folks? So this is a call to action. That call to action is now you must act. Now you must not wait. Now you must do. Okay, to all of my tycoons, that is my call to action for you in 2024. You must act now, period. Okay? Next, number 2, master your routine. So the one thing that I kind of got away from, and yes, I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I'm an open book. I don't hide anything, okay? So one thing that I kind of got away from is being the master of my routine. Not that far, right? But I kind of got away from it, all right? I ended up gaining 4 pounds. Didn't want to gain those 4 pounds. Why? Because I kind of got away from my routine. However, I'm back, folks. So the reality is, what is your routine? Do you have it written down? Everyone that's around you, do they understand that's your routine and your significant other's routine as well, depending upon the role that you play? Okay? The reason why a routine is important is because our body needs that. It needs what? It needs exercise. It needs sunlight. It needs to be replenished. It needs downtime. What time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up? You know, what time are you eating? Are you eating late at night? Are you eating bad carbs? Are you doing the things that will make you feel fabulous about yourself? And if you're not doing that, folks, well, here's another call to action. And you're going to see a reoccurring theme in this particular episode. And that's call to action. You need to be a master of your routine. So, folks, write your routine down. From the moment that you get up to the moment that you go to bed. In addition to that, write down your goals for 2024, okay? And it needs to be clear, clean, concise goals that you can hit. And then you also need to have some goals that you need to reach for, right? You need to have those goals. And then next to that, I want you all to do one thing. Write down what you're thankful for. What is it that you're thankful for? What is it? And then write that down, okay? Once you write that down, then next to it, write down your goals. And then what you're going to find out, and Steve Harvey said this, I take no credit for it. Steve Harvey said it. When you have them next to each other and you write them down, what's going to end up happening is the things that you want, your goals, you're going to start checking those off and then placing those in the category of the things that you are thankful for. And as a result, you're going to have to write in new goals. And that's how we progress. So, folks, out of this particular one, there's many different calls to action. Master your routine, write it down. What are your goals? What are you thankful for? And that's how we need to shape-shift our mind going into 2024. Because let me tell you, folks, in 2024, I'm not playing. And I mean that. And so if you know anything about me and when I say I'm not playing, I'm not. I'm not doing anything that's not going to help other people. And by helping other people, it's going to help myself. Okay? I'm not doing anything else that doesn't result into what it is that I'm looking to do, and that's progress in life. We can't do anything else unless we have ownership in it. Right? And for our time is not free unless I'm giving my time to a charity or it's at a speaking engagement and I'm helping educate others, right? I'm not playing around. There's no time for that. Building an empire, you can't play. Okay? So it's either you're on board or you're off board. And that's how you need to operate, folks. That is the call to action there. Number 3, consistency is key. So we talked about the power of now. We talked about mastering your routine. Now, it's funny, consistency is key. So you can't be the power of now. You can't act in the power of now and then you're not consistent with it. You can't master your routine and not be consistent with it. Right, folks? You can't better yourself, go to the gym and not be consistent with it and see real gains. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, right? When you're looking to go from one level to another level, you have to be consistent with what it takes to get to the next level, okay? Because if you're not consistent with it, you may get to the next level by luck, but it won't be something that you can duplicate. And it for darn sure will not be something that you can go teach other people about because you don't know how you got there, okay? So if we're not being consistent, then really what are we doing? We're taking one step forward and, maybe one or two steps back? No, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're here for. We're wasting time. And that's not what we're here to do. We're not looking to waste time. We're looking to multiply time, okay? And we'll get into that on a later episode. How do we multiply time? Think about that, folks. But we will get into that. That'll be a fun episode. So consistency is key, okay? Next, time to be intentional. Folks, let me tell you one thing. It's time to be intentional about who you spend your time with. It's time to be intentional about what it is that you're looking to achieve in 2024 and the rest of your life. It's time to be intentional about the places that you want to visit. It's time to be intentional about who you call your significant other, husband and or wife, right? It's time to be intentional about who you give your energy to, okay? It's time to be intentional about how much money you want to make. It's time to be intentional about the type of person that you want to be. And it's time to be intentional about personal growth. Call to action, many different call to action, but it's time to be intentional. And if you're not intentional about what it is that you do, what it is that you wear, how you portray yourself, what it is that you're looking to achieve, the type of money that you want, the lifestyle that you want, then you will forever be waffling and just running about aimlessly. And you don't want to do that, folks. That's not what we want to do, right? We want to be super intentional, okay? And next, believe in you. I mean, that is the most important thing. Believe in you and believe in the people that believe in you as well, okay? Because if you're going around and you're second guessing yourself all the time, well then how can someone else believe in you? They can't. No one can believe in you when you're not sold on yourself. How do you get sold on yourself? You get sold on yourself by being intentional. The power of now. Master your routine. Consistency is key, right? Those things. That's how you get sold on you. That's how you can become a leader. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter your race. But that's how you can sell yourself on you. And in return, you can sell yourself in any other environment or scenario. That's important. That's key. Okay? So believe in you. It's a must. Next, last but not least, prayer is the final ingredient. So one thing that you've heard me talk about, and this is intentional, I always go back to spirituality. I've had someone say to me, and I greatly appreciate it. They said, you have a lot of people that are following you. You're starting to sprinkle in spirituality, and that's a good thing. And they're like, but it's important for you to live right. And I said, you're absolutely 110% correct. And the reason why I say that is because it's true, right? Who am I to say prayer is a final ingredient and I'm not praying? Who am I to talk about God, spirituality, but I'm not ingrained, right? Who am I? I'm Patrick. I'm Patrick Tycoon Jones. I'm a messenger. So at the end of the day, if you're not prayed up, then you'll fall for anything, folks. And that was something that I learned in 2023. There were a lot of obstacles. There were a lot of hurdles. But remaining prayed up has been victorious for me. Okay? And I can only talk about my scenario. Okay? And give you some of the gems that I utilize on a consistent basis in hopes for you to then take that, apply what you want to, and hopefully elevate. Okay? That's what this is about, elevation. And if you walk away with anything from today's message, and again, this is no excuses in 2024, walk away with one thing. Check your mind, your body, and your spirit. Remain prayed up. Always try to do the right thing. Always try to help someone if you can, if you have the means. But you can't help someone if you can't help yourself, right? And just remember that at the end of the day, what you do to someone is what you do to God. Because we're all God's sons and or daughters. So try to be a good person. Try to, right? I know we get into things and situations and scenarios that sometimes we question our thought process, but just be kind to yourself. Recognize when you've done something wrong. Try to apologize for it. Try to clean up after yourself if you can, if the person will allow you to. And then move on, right? And one of the other things that I learned is if you try to apologize, person doesn't accept it, at the end of the day, you need to be apologizing to God. Because He will fight your battles for you. Okay? So, at the end of the day, prayer will always be the final ingredient. Okay? And, folks, that concludes No Excuses in 2024. So you know what I have to say. Please like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs the Tycoon knowledge. And always, folks, always, and I say always, lock in with me because you know I'm locked in with you. Until we meet again, folks, take care. Bye now.